The Bobcat Northwestern Division is real close. Seattle and Portland, we've got Lorenzo White and Eric Pegram coming back from injuries, their respective running backs. Alvin Harper gets it started, catching a ball from his former Cowboys teammate, but you don't like to see this. The ball's on the ground, recovered by Eric Turner, and Randall Cunningham's doing what he's been doing all season as the rushing leader in the BTFL Season 2. He's getting down inside the 5-yard line, and then we'll hand it off to Terry Kirby, and Terry Kirby is sucking up the end zone. Seattle will find themselves again in Portland territory. Pass to Stephen Baker, but he's not the touchdown maker here as Dave Waymer gets the interception. Hand up to Eric Pegram. He's got field ahead of him. He's going whoop around defenders, making it inside the 15-yard line, and then Troy Aikman finishes off this drive, giving it to his safety blanket, Ernest Gibbons. All the Gibbons he could get. Troy Aikman and Portland will get the ball back. Broken record here. Guess who gets the ball? Ernest Gibbons. Eddie Murray has the field goal after the drive stalls. Portland is leading by 3. Next drive for Seattle. Terry Kirby. He's the safety blanket for Randall Cunningham. But Randall Cunningham makes it yet another mistake, throwing an interception in the end zone. But Seattle will get the ball back. And Terry Kirby, we've been calling his name a lot for Seattle. He gets the ball close to the red zone for Seattle. And then Randall Cunningham finds Terry Kirby wide open. He sucks that ball up. He's got the touchdown. Second touchdown of the game, multi-purpose. Randall Cunningham, he's got the lead by 4. But he drops the ball. It's on the ground, recovered by the Portland Snowhawks. And then Troy Aikman would throw it down the right side to Ernest Gibbons. All the Gibbons he could get. Celebrate there, Troy Aikman. This would start an onslaught by the Portland Snowhawks. An onslaught by Ernest Gibbons, as Ernest Gibbons just makes Seattle look foolish, plunging in with Eric Pegram for the touchdown. More foolishness. That post over the middle, or that slant play, Seattle couldn't stop that. Harvey Williams gets it in the highlights. He gets the touchdown. 31-14, Randall Cunningham gets sacked in the end zone by Hall of Famer Howie Long. And Portland would win 40-21. Portland is 9-4. Seattle is 8-5. Andre Ware helped the Tigers get in the win column for New Orleans. They'll play against Las Vegas as they were coming off of a big win against Miami. Cleveland Gary would get into the action early with that pass from Chris Miller, getting it to the 21-yard line. And then Chris Miller, close to finishing the drive off, would get the ball in the red zone to Keith Jackson, and then Mike Rozier would bum it in for the touchdown. 7-0. Gamblers get the ball back. Chris Miller is going to gamble down the right side to Ricky Sanders, and Ricky Sanders gets it inside the 5. And tell me if you've heard this before. Mike Rozier gets the ball into the end zone for the touchdown, vulturing it off twice. Andre Ware and the Tigers pass over the middle. It's intercepted by Vince Newsome, but the ball's on the ground. Isaac Holt recovers it, so Las Vegas still gets the ball. As Chris Miller, no pressure in his face, throws the ball down the left side to Drew Hill. Drew Hill gets it inside the 5-yard line, and this would lead to a field goal made by Steve Christie, 17-0. Gamblers have the ball back. Another gamble down the left side to Drew Hill next to a defender, as Keith Jackson gets the catch over the middle in the red zone, and he's got the touchdown. 24-0 after that extra point. Andre Ware needs to get something started here, as he'll throw down the right side to Anthony Miller, and then would hand the ball off to Hall of Fame running back Emmitt Smith, who's been frustrated all season with the performance of his team. But it won't get any easier than this, as Derek Russell will catch the ball down the left side. He's wide open to around the 35-yard line. Tommy Vardell is also wide open inside the 5, and then Tommy Vardell will plunge it into the end zone for the touchdown. 14-point rally for New Orleans. But this, don't tell that to Keith Jackson as he gets the ball on the skinny post, and then Chris Miller will throw it to Drew over the hill. He's in the end zone for the touchdown to celebrate. 31-14 for the Gamblers, but Andre Ware, he's got around 5 minutes to operate. He'll throw it over the middle to Derek Russell to around the 30 or so yard line, and Andre Ware would throw it over the middle to Tommy Vardell. They're thinking they might get some points, but super uncharacteristic fumble by Emmitt Smith. The ball will bounce around and it's recovered by Bob Nelson. Gamblers win this game 31-14, and both teams are 5-8 despite a really good game by Emmitt Smith, but the Tigers still lose. Now here's a phrase that hasn't been uttered much. Atlanta won last week and Miami didn't. Boomer Esiason comes back from injury, but we will start off with Jim, not Chris Everett, throwing it down the right side to his starting receiver Sterling Sharp into the red zone. And then Jim Everett would back up, find Tim Lester over the middle on the check down, and he's got the touchdown. It's a 7-point ball game. Boomer Esiason chase from behind, play action, rollout bootleg, throws it down the right side to Stephone Page. And then sometime later in the drive, in the red zone, James Brooks catches the flip to the left. He's in there for the touchdown, but Matt Baer misses the extra point, so Miami holds on to a 1-point lead. Jim, not Chris Everett, before the end of the first quarter, is intercepted by Steve Atwater, and then Boomer Esiason takes over, throwing it to Stephone Page. He's in the end zone for the touchdown. It's a 6-point game. Jim, not Chris Everett, at the 50, throws it down the right side to Mark Higgs, and Mark Higgs is dancing in the end zone, and Miami takes a 1-point lead. Esiason at around the 40, again to Stephone Page. He leads the cornerback as he gets it into the red zone. This would lead to a Matt Baer field goal. Now Atlanta is up by 2. Esiason and the Fire get the ball back, and so does Vance Pants Johnson, first time in these highlights, as Matt Baer records another field goal. It's a 5-point ball game. Over the middle to Sterling Sharp goes Jim, not Chris Everett, and this would lead to a John Casey made field goal. Miami closes the gap. Esiason gets the ball back, but he's going to throw an interception to Robert Massey, and Robert Massey gets it inside the 30. This sets up Jim Everett. No pressure in his face, throws it to Tim Lester. Tim Lester gets the ball inside the 1, and Mark Higgs runs it into the end zone for a touchdown. 4th down for Atlanta. Steve Broussard gets the inside handoff on 4th and 4. Risky business there. And then Boomer Esiason will throw it again to Steve Broussard inside the 30-yard line. Boomer Esiason steps up, throws it into the end zone to Vance Pants Johnson. He's got the touchdown. Atlanta gets the ball back with a 3-point lead, but Robert Massey intercepts the ball again. Miami for the tie. The ball is up and it is no good. Miami loses 26-23. Fire 3-10. Miami's 8-5. The Charlotte Wildcats have been slipping recently despite having good games. But we'll start off with Denver and Bobby Hebert throwing it over the middle to Keith McKellar, getting it into Wildcats territory. Hebert would step up, throw it to Willie Davis. He's covered nicely, but the receiver's able to get the ball, and Denver's able to go up by a touchdown. Warren Moon had a great game last week, but not so much this week as he's intercepted by Eric McMillan, and this would set up Bobby Hebert for a skinny post touchdown to fast Willie Davis and celebrate there. Bobby Hebert, he's had a tough season, but this game is showing what he's worth. Warren Moon off that interception would throw a first down pass to Rob Moore, and then to Andre Bad Moon Rising, and Bad Moon Rising gets it inside the 5, and Merrill Hodge would bum it in for the touchdown. Up by 7, Denver. Hebert, fast Willie Davis, again, nobody's covering him today, to the 14-yard line, and then Hebert, no pressure, to Eric, my favorite, Martin, for the touchdown, 21-7. Denver leads by 14. Rob Moore gets into the action again. Bad coverage, huge jump for the catch, and then Warren Moon, pressure in his face. Ball gets there to Rob Moore, and it's a touchdown. 7-point ball game. Christian Okoye, the Nigerian nightmare, goes, get off me. Nobody wants to tackle this guy into the end zone. He's rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, but Donald Evans stumbles over Bobby Hebert, and he gets up limping. He would be replaced by Jay Schrader again, and the ball goes back to the Wildcats, and Warren Moon's just trying to get points. He's a Hall of Famer, throwing it to Andre Bad Moon rising, and he's got the speed to get the Wildcats back in this game. And Jay Schrader, he leaves on where A-Bear left off as he throws it to Martin. And then inside Wildcats territory, throw again to Eric, my favorite, Martin. Now they're in the red zone. Schrader, a touchdown pass to Ron Wolfley. It is 35-21, 4th down. I don't know why you'll do a handoff play or a pitch play to Harold Green. This is a turnover on downs, and this will lead to free points for Flawed Reves, 38-21. And Jay Schrader, he's just picking apart the Wildcats as a backup quarterback. He'll throw it down the right side to Willie Fast Davis. Celebrate there, Jay Schrader. Denver wins 45-21, and both teams are 5-8 with the Wildcats slipping.